Hey traders, Jason here from Levitt Brothers. This is one part of a short series where I'm going to be talking through some trades. Instead of doing like a 30-minute video, I'm going to break it up into smaller bite-sized chunks. Everyone should build a library of trades they've done and charts they're following, which can then be studied. Okay, this is essentially what I'm going to be doing here, just talking through charts and setups and trades. If you do this enough, you'll train your eyes to see opportunities. Okay, you'll train yourself in how to manage trades. Trades tend to fall into two different categories. Either the market is doing really well and charts of individual stocks are doing well, so you don't have to be overly detailish with entries. You just need a pretty good entry. Okay, in this case, striving for perfection will cost you. Or the market is less clear, so we need to be more technical and exact with entries. So some of these charts have exact entries. Others I'm just getting into because everything looks great and I don't need to be overly exact with everything. All right, so let's go through it. Okay, here's HUT. As you can see, nice bottoming pattern. You got a left side of a pattern, a bigger dip, and then the stock fades here, breaks out, consolidates over here, breaks out again, comes down and tests, and then goes again. Really good overall price action. Personally, I like it when a stock like over here hits a higher high and then just fades back in a flag or a wedge pattern and then goes again. And you even had like a second chance here because we had, 2+ candles that after that broke out, we had 2+ candles where it moved sideways, and you can look at a resistance level here at 13. That's perfect for it to move, higher high here, or attempt to break out, but it fails. But when it fails, it doesn't fail catastrophically. It just falls back into the pattern, wedges sideways for 2 weeks, and then goes again. That's perfect to me. It's perfect because you can buy dips, you can buy this pattern here, you can add on a breakout, and then each one of these consolidation patterns, this one gets loose, but this one's tight enough that you can just sit tight and hold. This sequence looks really, really good. If you can collect a bunch of these, look through them, study them, train your eye to find them, you really only need, you get a stock like this comes out of a base and it goes from 13 up to 17 or something. You only need like 2 of those a month to really make your month. You don't need to trade overly actively. You don't need to have, constantly have 5, 6, 7 trades on at the same time. It's okay if you have that, but just know that you only need like one really good one every once in a while to really make it as a trader. Here's IREN, Iris Energy, another crypto name. Kind of a double bottom here. Tried to break out over here. Okay. Made a higher high, was consolidating, but then fell back down. But it wasn't too bad. Let me redraw that. It wedges sideways, goes again, then moves sideways again here. Breaks out, nice volume, but then as you can see, it fades all the way back to here. Okay, it happens. All you can do is just let your stop take you out, keep it on your radar, and look for another entry. Okay, sometimes you'll get orderly action where it'll stair step up, it'll move up, it'll wedge sideways, move up again. It'll move up, it'll flag sideways, move up again. And sometimes you get stuff like this. And what happens, you take what the market will give you. It sucks because you had like 11.4 over here, and then you end up getting stopped out over here in the mid or low 10s, and you hate giving profits back, but you take what the market's going to give you, and then you keep it on your radar and you look for another entry. Okay, that's all you can do. Okay, you can't force your will on the market. Okay, this stock was acting fairly orderly. It took some time to completely develop, but there were definitely some trades there to be had. LUNR, so the space group has been really hot. Several of the stocks have done extremely well. You can see from this pattern it broke out, probably earnings. You can see then it faded, moved sideways, got squeezed by converging trend lines, and then moved straight up from there. Everything looks good here. The fact that it could gap up so much here, and it really didn't give back that much of the gap. I mean, it did a little bit. It kind of wedged into the gap like that, broke out again, moved sideways. But stock acted orderly. wasn't going to fall back. The fact that it was orderly and it moved sideways, volume, as you can see here, really, really light, tells you that the gain from right here was not a bunch of BS. Like those gains were going to be held, and the stock was probably going to go higher, and that's what happened. Nano Nuclear, this is a stock that we've traded a few times. At times it's been frustrating because the candles are pretty big, but overall it's been a good one for us. Double bottom here, moves up to a higher high, kind of wedges down here, moves up, then moves sideways. As you can see there, moves up again. Each time it moves up, there's like a lot of overlapping candles, a little bit frustrating to deal with. A lot of these candles are like 2 points in size, which is more than 10%. Overall, has done well, but definitely a stock that, hard on the stomach because you have, good profits one day and then you give them back the next day. But overall, it did fairly well. And if you could buy a dip, you can definitely make a lot of money in a short period of time. RIOT, this stock acted extremely well. Nice bottoming formation. You got a left side, you got a middle side, you got a right side. What I see here is like this candle right here, and then the following pullback is just perfect. Because what I see here is I see a resistance level at 8.5. Okay, and you see this rally right here up to that resistance level. So it takes out this high. Volume is really, really good right over here. So it rallies up to a higher high on strong volume. It fades backwards, finds support at the 21 and the 50, and then it breaks out, and then it moves up and breaks out, and you can see what happened there. This is absolutely perfect, okay? Let me just review. For it to move up here to a higher high, fade backwards and test a couple of key moving averages, and then move up again, it's perfect. If you can just nail this type of a sequence once a month with some pretty good size, like that makes your month, okay? One trade could make your whole month if you get good at it, okay? So look at this chart, study it, go bar by bar, see how moving averages act, see how the stock acts at different levels. All you need to do is this once a month, and you can make a pretty good living as a trader. NuScale, this stock's been on our list off and on for, since way back in early summer, because we nailed this move. We got a double out of it. Then stock pulled back. We got a double bottom here, moved up, got squeezed between the 21, which is the orange line, and the blue, and the 50, which is a blue line, broke out there, moved sideways, consolidated for a couple weeks, then broke out again. And as you can see, now it's gotten really, really a little bit loose. A lot of those candles are two or three points big, which means they're 10-15% per day, which is not easy to deal with. You wish it would quiet down a little bit, but really great overall action. If you get a double bottom over here and then move up and consolidate for a week, and then break out on huge volume and consolidate again and then break out, you don't need a lot of indicators. You don't need to clutter your charts with a lot of stuff. Okay, the flow of the chart, the sequence, the price sequence, how it moves up, consolidates, moves up, consolidates, moves up. Just the chart patterns that form one after another. When you can take this and you can overlay it on a market that's actually doing really well and is really healthy and is trending higher and such, it's a good 1-2 punch. Again, if you just nail like a decent move in here, with a little bit of size, one trade per month is all you need to make your month. You can have 10 trades in a month, and as long as one of them is really good like this, the others can cancel each other out, and you can have a great month just by having one great trade.